brings us finally to Unstoppable, right? It's a runaway train movie. There's a train. It's running away. On it are Denzel Washington and Chris Pine, or Malcolm X and Captain Kirk. Is a clip.
You're getting close. Gap's at a mile, and 777's 10 miles to Stanton. Now listen, Frank, I got a guy here named Werner from the FRA. Now, I'm inclined to defer to your judgment here, but he...
All right, put him on. We could use all the help that we can get.
Just press this and hold to talk.
It's about slowing 777 once you've tied on. I know conventional wisdom says to just gun it in the opposite direction, but you'll have a better shot alternating full throttle with dynamic braking.
Yeah, but we can't afford to lose counter thrust.
Well, what you'll lose in counter thrust, you'll compensate for in tractive force.
Are you sure about that?
Well, it's more of a hunch based on some quick calculations.
It's a hunch. It was 70 miles an hour, and he's giving us a hunch. But, okay, thank you. Put Connie back on, please.
It's me, Frank.
Yeah, Connie. This guy know what he's talking about?
In a perfect world, yes. I'd say yes.
In a perfect world, okay.
So, here we are. It's a runaway train movie. At the beginning of the movie, the train runs away. They get on it. They have to stop it before it gets to a place where there's going to be a big bend where it's going to come off the track, and all the stuff that's in it, which is bad stuff, is going to fall over and do massive amounts of damage. Okay?
Yes, I've got that.
12A certificate movie. Therefore, you know, therefore what they've done is they've cut back on the swearing and the violence. You know, so it's a runaway train movie that pretty much everyone can go and see as long as they go along with a parent and they're not below the age of 8. You know, every 5-year-olds running around. And it is exactly what it says on the packet. It's Tony Scott does Unstoppable. When Tony Scott did, you know, with the remake of Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3, main problem with that film, train was standing still and John Travolta was shouting. It's like they went, oh yeah, fine. Well, let's have the train running and everyone shouting, and that'll be fine. And there's the most unbelievably cliched backstories. One of them is the guy is on the end of his job, he's going to lose his job, and they're giving everything to the company. The other is a guy, he's kind of falling out with his wife, but she's watching him on the television, he's being heroic. Whole thing's an advert for Fox News, because most of the stuff you see playing out, people watching the television on Fox News, having all the updates on where it's all going, and, you know, apparently Fox News have got the inside track on this, that, and the other. The acting is, you know, manly jaw-chewing and, you know, doing all that. Do you think we can do it? I think we can. You think we can stop the train? Well, we got to stop the train. How fast is it going? 70 miles an hour. Well, we got to get down to 35 before we hit the bend. Okay, what are we on? 50. Got to do the thing and then push the what's it. It's a runaway train movie. It is staggeringly unremarkable, but also perfectly efficient. It's not got the invention or the wit or the humour of Speed, which is a much, much better movie, but it's got a runaway train barrelling along a track with two guys you quite like, the old guy, the new guy, that he's on the thing and he's on the what's it. They've got to do the thing and one of them's got to jump across and you think they'll manage it. Meanwhile, people are, oh, look, what's happening? It's happening with the train's going to go with the thing and the chugga. No surprises, no spills, no thrills that you didn't expect. But you know what? It's Tony Scott runaway train movie.
Is it the thing or the what's it that actually slows it down in the end? Because I haven't seen it, but I'm imagining that
it's a combination.
My hunch is that there isn't an unfortunate
Shall I tell you what it is that
great...
slows it down in the end? The thing that slows the train down in the end is the love of a good woman and the knowledge that in the end all these things come down to manliness and being in the right place at the right time. It's a Tony Scott runaway train movie. If somebody bought him a tripod, he'd be great. In fact, they could have stopped the train with a tripod, but he doesn't have one of those.
That's it for another week. And personally, I thought today's programme was one of the finest that we've done.
I thought it was very good. I was certainly struggling to keep up at the end to get through that many movies, but we didn't let the listeners down in terms of that stuff.
No, we didn't. What do you think of chances of sainthood? Do you have to be dead, don't you, to be sainted?
It's traditional.
I don't think it's possible.
Sanctified.
In which case, should we wait just a little bit before we are sanctified?
The Justified Ancients of Moo, they were sainted, weren't they?
No, they were
justified and they're ancient.
But not sanctified.
And they drove an ice cream van.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think sanctification has much to do with that. I don't think KLF was saintly in any way.
Well,
in fact, I remember playing.
This is a whole added feature, isn't it?
It's a whole extra for podcast.
Tell me about the time that you and Bill Drummond went to Sweden.
Simple Minds sanctified themselves, of course, which sounds indecent almost. Yeah. But no, if you play the wrong version of a KLF song, you can get in all kinds of trouble. The Justified Ancients of Moo.
Really?
Yeah, oh yes, because it's based on a sample, which says it starts, and now it's time to kick out the jams, and then there's a little kind of
Melon Farmers.
But I played the wrong version, and the Melon Farmers mix went out. Yeah, much to the delight of the head of music from Radio 1, who rang me up and said, "I think you need to take it off." I said, "No, it's all right, it's gone now." He said, "I think there's another one. There really is. Up. It's just gone. You've just okay, very good." Anyway, sorry about that. I'd like to apologise for that mistake of many years ago.
Many years ago.
Well, thanks very much, Steve, for listening. Hope you enjoyed the DVD extras. We'll do some more next week. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Simon.